close to me. Well, okay, just gotta squeeze. Whew. What a beautiful day. Oh, there's a lot of people parked here. Well, I guess I kind of parked close. We need to take care of that. So, let's do that. Right after a bit of office work, I'm gonna enjoy a little bit of the sun and then probably get back to the office. This is slow. That woman's car just got broken into right as I parked. Thankfully, they got the guy's picture, but she said she's lived here for 50 years and never even seen it happen. So, very strange, makes me super nervous. And it's always a reminder that, like, it could happen at any time. Ugh, sucks. I tried to help. I provided my little broom to help clean up the glass. It was the least I could do, so. And now, time to go see my friend Tim about some coffee. Get some more work done. All right, just worked on that Tim Hortons for like 7 hours to the point where it almost feels dark. Gonna go get some food. Then we're gonna talk about VERO, because that's what this episode's gonna be about. It's gonna be a short one. That's about it. All right, so it is clearly not the same day. I actually went to get dinner, came out, and I was like, oh, the light is gone. There's literally not enough light to film. And now it is very opposite, where that's why I have this thing up, because, yeah, there's currently plenty of sunshine. However, for the last couple of days, there has not been plenty of sunshine. So it's actually not the next day since you last saw me. It's been a few days, and all I have done is edit. A few chores mixed in. I got my tires rotated and balanced because when we took the Dalton Highway and I came back and there was so much mud on my tires, it actually threw my tires out of balance in alignment. So I finally got those fixed. Here, I also did some laundry. That was much needed. It had been 56 days. I was recording to see how far I could go without doing laundry. 56 days. That is my current record. I don't know. It's the little games you play while living on the road. But yeah, it's been a couple days and all I've done is edit. So all the content that you just watched, you haven't seen yet by the time I'm filming this. And there's just so much stuff to edit. Not only video, you have to remember that every photo you see, or especially the time lapses, takes an immense amount of time sometimes. Anyways, let's talk about VERO. That is why you clicked on this video probably. I think to start out, it's important for me to talk about my relationship with social media. I did a whole video on it that you can check out here to talk about the differences of how we approach social media and what the game is like for a lot of people that are approaching social media less like a personal representation of themselves and more like a business standpoint. And I think that's the biggest takeaway here in the short version of what I'm going to say before we dive into VERO, which is my relationship with social media is not super healthy. So most of the time when I was using social media as something that I was on and scrolling and interacting and being on, it didn't really bring a lot of positivity to my life. And I actually just disconnected from it for the longest time. For a couple years, I barely posted to it. I don't gain a lot from consuming social media. Now, the ability to interact with my friends, interact with people that I've met on the road, or just see updates about their lives, that's nice. Those are the things that I go out of my way to find. But a lot of the times when I'm just delivered a bunch of content to keep me on the app, I end up getting off and just not feeling good about not only myself, but just the time that I just spent. So I try to avoid any scrolling. I try to avoid actually using social media for that. And the way that I have been able to deal with it or process it is that I approach social media like a business. I approach every photo that I post or every process that I do, all of the little, here's the photo, here's the unedited version, here's the zoomed in version of some details. All of those things make sense in my mind when I approach it like a business thing. And that when I go to post, I try to approach it like, here's a way to interact with people that might be watching my channel. That's the biggest thing, is this YouTube channel is all I really care about, and all of the social media parts are just extensions of the YouTube channel and ways that I can show off my images in a more permanent sense, ways that I can interact with some people that want to interact with me, whether it's from YouTube or from just social media following, or a way to combine both of them. That's how I see my social media presence. It's just an extension of this YouTube channel, because I get so much more fulfillment out of making this stuff than I do either posting photos or making reels. Now that I have that out of the way, I think it's really important for me to mention those things, because I know every person watching this is going to have a different relationship with social media for themselves. I know a lot of people out there, a lot of viewers just want to share their photos, have people follow them, get either feedback or nice comments, or, maybe some critiquing, hopefully not mean comments about their work, maybe gain some followers, maybe follow some people that inspire them so that when they get on, they can scroll and feel more inspired. That wasn't me. I realized that sometimes that could happen for me, but for the most part, when I got on, I left feeling like I lost something rather than gained something more often than not. So my issues with VERO are, it's going to have the same issues as all social media, but hey, pardon the interruption. I just wanted to say thank you for all the support recently. I've come to the conclusion that the only real way I'm going to be able to make these videos and get to Argentina is with your help. So if you wanted to help me in that way, there's going to be a link down below where you can do that. You can find my Patreon where you can just show support. You can get credit at the end of these videos for showing support, or you can even get postcards from me once a month. You can also check that link out to find calendars or prints. All of it helps. And if that's not something you can do, just liking this video or sharing this channel with people in your life that might be into travel or photography matters. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's get back to the video. I talked about this previously in my video about photography dying on Instagram, and it's that whatever replaces it, its biggest hurdle is going to be, who is it for? Is it for a mass audience of everyone, or is it for just photographers? And that is really my hindrance or issue with social media from a photography standpoint, is that all of us were using Instagram as a platform, as the main platform, and all of us would agree that the consumption of our images was really constricted and kind of pretty terrible, all things considered. On Instagram, you are restricted by ratio, like different sizes. You're now fighting against Reels, which is just basically impossible if you want to gain any sense of a following or get people's eyes on more of your stuff. If you're not posting Reels, you're probably not gaining that anymore. So that relationship with photography just kind of died. And VERO does all of those things much better. It not only doesn't have some algorithm-based timeline feed, it presents the images to you in the way that you want to see them. Not only can you click on the images and see the full uploaded resolution where you can zoom in and see details and stuff like that, the orientation isn't restricted. There's just a lot of nice things for photography, but that comes at a cost. And the cost is we are now in a community of just photographers. And now I know some of you watching this probably want that. That is great for a lot of people that just want a new version of Flickr, basically, or what Flickr used to be 10 years ago. There's nothing wrong with that. But when we go back and look at how I look at social media, which is a way to connect with my audience, but also get my name or my brand out there more, I'm not reaching the same audience. I'm just reaching other photographers or people that might find me, which isn't a bad thing. But one of the best things, one of the golden eras of Instagram, or Facebook for that matter, was that we as photographers could post an image on a platform that is mainly about images at the time and become known off of it. We could gain following, we could sell prints, we could sell calendars, we could sell wallpapers to random strangers online that have no interest in photography. They just like your stuff, they like the person that they're following, and they want to support you. And that's not going to happen on VERO in the current form or function that it is. And that is my main concern. Now, I'm not trying to say that I don't want to put effort into it. I mean, you've been noticing that in my past videos, I put my VERO thing on there. I've been posting images to it. Unlike Instagram, I am putting effort into it. I want it to succeed in that way, but I am worried about my relationship with social media personally, and knowing that I have to look at it more of a personal connection to everyone that's watching here, rather than something as more of like a business opportunity. And again, I don't want to depersonalize that experience. I don't want to say that it's not a genuine thing. I just always had to approach taking the time to make that stuff and put it on there as hours that were worked, hours that are there to help me grow as a name or a brand, rather than more of a, hey, here's my images, hope you like them. Later, I don't care if anyone sees them. That's not where I'm at anymore with social media. I do have a few gripes about VERO that I hope they fix. The notification area definitely could be cleaned up. It's really clunky. It takes up way too much space, and it also cuts off. So like, I don't check all the time, and I'll go on to see who's commented, and then a lot of the comments are gone. I don't even know who's commented at that point because the notification list is so long. I can't like comments, meaning the only way for people to know that I'm reading their comment is if I reply to them, and I simply don't have time to reply to all the comments that happen on VERO. I don't even get that many comments. I can't imagine what it's like for people like Mads, or Nick Page, or any of the big photographers that are on there, how often they get comments. I would never be able to respond to all this. I have a hard time responding to all the YouTube comments, considering how much work I'm doing right now. So that is my opinion on VERO, and I think that's going to wrap up this video. I would love to know what you think about VERO, or what your relationship with social media is. And again, I would please critique and make comments about my relationship with social media. I know that I had to come from a business standpoint, because that's the only way that I can really see myself putting time into these things and putting real effort into them and caring about them, is knowing that they are business hours. They are not, I'm going to spend 3 hours figuring out some photos to post and hope that people like them. They are, here's things to connect with my audience, to have a better personal connection with everyone that's watching here. So if you ended up enjoying this, you can like the video, and if you loved it, consider subscribing. And if you want to support me in more ways than just doing that, like I said previously, there's a Patreon link down below that you should check out and would mean the world to me. Anyways, I will see you tomorrow. We are leaving Whitehorse, and that's going to wrap up this area. You probably just watch a ton of content, and by the time you see this, I might be back in the United States. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow. Later. All right, I lied. That's not the end of the episode. Let's see if you can see these green streaks outside my window here. Yeah, we're gonna go photograph some northern lights. Headed to a lake. Let's do this.